details, even some client testimonials.
The whole package.
Yeah, and I'm curious what makes her so unique in the world of wellness, so.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
There really is.
A lot of wellness practitioners these days.
So let's dive in.
Right on.
Honestly, it's the ancient wisdom combined with modern techniques that she seems to be offering.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, she trained in the Amazon with a shaman.
Oh, wow.
She uses sacred plant medicines, but she also talks about quantum physics and energy healing.
Yeah, that's, it's quite a blend.
It's a little much, maybe.
It is. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
And a pretty bold claim to blend practices that seem so different.
Right.
Like they're almost contradictory.
Totally.
On one hand, you got shamanism
Right.
that's rooted in these ancient traditions and rituals and plant medicine.
Mm.
And then on the other hand, you've got quantum physics, which is a scientific field exploring the very nature of reality.
Yeah. How do you even put those together?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does she bring these two worlds together?
Yeah.
I see she mentions living consciously and living your truth on her website.
Yeah.
But what does that even look like in practice?
That's what I want to know. What does that actually mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's where Mama Angie's background comes in.
Okay.
She talks about this connection to nature that she had as a kid, her training with Shaman Ramon in the Amazon, and her exploration of various sacred plant medicines.
Yeah.
So it seems like she's kind of weaving all of these personal experiences and her knowledge from these traditions with like a more modern understanding of energy and consciousness.
So it's not just about like adopting these ancient practices, but she's also trying to like integrate them, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly. Into more contemporary, like, I don't know, perspectives or ways of thinking.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
She's definitely bridging some gaps there.
This training with the shaman in the Amazonian jungle, that's pretty intense.
It is. Yeah, it really stands out.
It does stand out, yeah. Could you tell me more about what that might have been like?
Sure.
Like, what would that involve?
Well, she doesn't really go into full detail about her training,
Okay.
but it's likely that she was engaging in those traditional healing practices,
Okay.
potentially even working with plant medicines under his guidance.
Okay.
We know she works with ayahuasca, and that would make sense.
Right.
So I think it's safe to say that she was immersed in a very different worldview and approach to healing than what we see in Western cultures.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So how does she take that experience and make it tangible for her clients?
That's a good question.
You know, like something that's beyond, I don't know, like the woo-woo stuff.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I think that's where 𝗵𝗂𝗁 Wellness and the 𝗵𝗂𝗁 Institute of Holistic Education come into play.
Okay.
So those are her two ventures.
Mm-hmm.
And she offers retreats, workshops, certifications, mentorship programs.
So it's like a whole structured system almost.
Yeah, it's definitely structured.
Okay.
Like she's really trying to share her knowledge and help people apply those principles in their own lives.
But does it actually work? I mean, we've got these testimonials, but who knows? Maybe she picked the best ones.
Right. That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always good to be a little skeptical about testimonials.
Right.
But these ones consistently praise Mama Angie's authenticity, her wisdom, and they talk about the transformative effects of her work.
Okay.
They talk about these profound shifts, overcoming blocks, stepping into their power. It really does suggest that it's more than just feel-good platitudes.
So maybe there is something really there.
Yeah, maybe so.
Okay, so she's got all of these services, and then she's got these different ceremonies.
Okay.
With ayahuasca, tobacco, cacao. She even has magic mushrooms.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of variety.
She's got kambo, which uses frog secretions, and bufo, which is with toad venom, and then moon ceremonies.
Wow.
And then special ceremonies for couples. That's a lot.
That is, yeah, she's got a pretty diverse range of ceremonies there.
So it seems like she's tailoring the ceremonies to individual needs and goals then.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And it also raises questions about expertise. Like, you need to be pretty skilled to do all of that.
Yeah.
It's not like she's just like, I don't know, brewing herbal tea, right?
No, definitely not.
These are powerful substances with a long history. You shouldn't just, like, mess around with them.
You're right. They shouldn't be approached lightly.
No.
But Mama Angie seems aware of that because she really emphasizes the importance of personal responsibility
Okay.
and doing your research before participating.
Right.
She's very upfront about the fact that it's not for everyone
Right.
and that it takes commitment and a willingness to do the work.
Yeah, she poses the question, are you willing?
Yeah.
Directly to potential participants. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like really challenging them to assess their dedication.
Okay.
Like do the inner work, invest fully, alter your lifestyle. It's not just a weekend retreat.
It sounds pretty serious.
It is serious, yeah, and it aligns with those values that she's always talking about.
Which values are those?
Like authenticity, integrity, humbleness, sincerity, kindness. It's not just about attending a ceremony. It's about changing who you are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it sounds like a whole way of being.
Right. And I think it's interesting that she's so upfront about the expectations.
Yeah.
And the level of commitment required. She's kind of weeding out the people who are just looking for like quick fixes.
Right.
And then she's really attracting people who are ready to transform.
Yeah, I see what you mean. She's curating her clientele.
Yeah, for sure.
She's seeking out the people who really resonate with her values and are ready to embark on a challenging but potentially rewarding journey.
Exactly.
Okay.
And speaking of challenging journeys, she has this primal consciousness program.
Tell me about it. Yeah, it's 3 months, and it's a journey, a combination of ritual sessions, online modules, and ongoing support.
Yeah.
It costs over $2,000.
Wow, that's a serious investment.
That's a serious investment.
Yeah.
But I think she's targeting those who are really ready to, like, invest in themselves and their spiritual development.
Yeah.
It suggests a commitment to long-term growth, not just some quick fix.
Right.
The testimonials for this program are pretty compelling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, people describe these big shifts in their lives, overcoming blocks and finding their purpose.
So it sounds like she's offering something truly unique.
It does seem that way, but what is it about the program that makes it different?
And what's she actually doing in there?
What techniques does she use? Yeah.
That's what we need to figure
Yes.
out. So we've got ancient wisdom, modern techniques, and a program for transformation.
Yes.
But there's one more thing that I want to touch on before we move on.
Okay.
And that's her couples' sacred ceremonies.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to get to those. That's where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to work on individual growth, but to try to take those same ideas and apply them to relationships, that adds a whole other level of complexity.
Oh, absolutely. Way more potential for things to go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So she believes that these ceremonies can help strengthen bonds in a world that's constantly pulling us in different directions.
Right.
And she lists all these benefits: enhanced communication, conflict resolution, increased intimacy, even spiritual connection.
Yeah.
It's like she's creating this sacred space for couples to reconnect and remember why they got together in the first place.
That's a nice thought.
It is, yeah, but how does that actually work?
I mean, what actually happens during these couple ceremonies?
That's a great question. That's one that we need to explore a little bit more as
Yeah.
we continue our deep dive
Okay, great.
into the world of Mama Angie and her, unique approach
All right, let's do it.
to healing and transformation.
Okay. So you want to know what happens in these couple ceremonies?
Yeah, what actually happens?
Well, her website mentions guided exercises,
Okay.
ritualistic elements, and some facilitated discussions, but she doesn't really go into detail.
Yeah, it's pretty vague. I'm wondering if it's more about creating like a shared experience,
Okay.
like a bonding ritual,
Mhm.
or if they actually dig into deeper issues in the relationship.
I think it's probably a combination of both.
Okay.
Because remember, Mama Angie emphasizes sincerity and mutual understanding
Right.
and a solution-focused approach. So
So it's not just like a mystical experience, but she wants people to walk away with actual tools
yeah, exactly.
to improve their relationship.
Right.
But how does she know what each couple needs?
Well, she starts with a discovery call
Okay.
and a couples questionnaire.
So she really tries to figure out their dynamics and their challenges.
Yeah, it seems like she really wants to figure out the elephant in the room.
That's interesting because these ceremonies are rooted in ancient traditions, plant medicines, energy work. Are there couples that are skeptical of that?
That's a really good question. And to be honest, she doesn't really address that in her materials. So maybe she uses that discovery call to figure out how open they are to these practices.
Okay.
And maybe she tailors her approach for couples that aren't really into the spiritual stuff.
So she adapts to their comfort level.
Yeah, I think so.
That makes me think about A&A.
The couple from the testimonial.
Yeah, the couple that had the anger and resentment, they said her guidance helped them change those patterns and create a better relationship.
But how did that happen?
Yeah, how? What tools did they learn?
Unfortunately, we don't know the specifics.
So we know the outcome, but we don't know how they got there.
Yeah, basically. I imagine she used guided exercises and communication and maybe some rituals, but who knows?
It's interesting to think about how ancient wisdom and modern therapy can be combined.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But let's switch gears for a minute and talk about her other ceremonies.
Okay.
The ones that use ayahuasca and tobacco and cacao, even magic mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. The plant medicines.
Yeah, we have to remember that these substances have a long history of spiritual use.
Right.
But they can also be risky.
Absolutely.
So you have to be really careful and respectful.
And it seems like Mama Angie is aware of that because she really emphasizes personal responsibility.
Right, she does.
Her research.
Yeah, she's looking for spiritual warriors.
What does that even mean?
People who are committed to deep self-exploration and transformation. This is not a recreational experience.
Definitely not.
This is serious stuff. So how does she make sure people are safe?
That's a good point. But unfortunately, her materials don't say anything about her safety protocols or the support she provides during these ceremonies.
Okay, so we'd have to ask her about that.
Yeah, you should definitely ask if you're considering working with her.
But let's get back to these spiritual warriors. It seems like she wants people who are ready to confront their shadows.
To face their fears.
Yeah, to go deep and embrace the unknown.
So it's not about escaping or getting high.
No, it's a challenge.
It's about self-discovery and confronting beliefs and trying to reach your potential.
And she really emphasizes personal responsibility and inner work.
Yeah, it's a theme for sure.
She's not giving you the answers. She's helping you find them yourself.
It's interesting that she combines this personal responsibility with ancient rituals and plant medicine.
It is, yeah. What do you think that means?
Well, it seems like she's saying these tools aren't meant to be crutches.
Okay.
They're catalysts for growth.
So you're not relying on the shaman or the medicine.
No, they're just tools.
It's about finding your own wisdom and potential.
Right.
But what about the quantum physics? How does she integrate that?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is.
Because she mentions it, but doesn't explain how she uses it.
So does she actually use the scientific principles, or is it more of a metaphor?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Maybe she's trying to bridge the gap between mysticism and science.
Okay, yeah.
By using a language that speaks to both the head and the heart.
That makes sense.
You know, maybe she's using quantum entanglement or the observer effect to explain how our thoughts create our reality.
That's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
But that's just us speculating.
Right.
You don't really know.
So it's a mystery.
It is, kind of.
We see the ingredients, but we don't know the recipe.
Yeah.
We need to look deeper. Maybe the testimonials can tell us more.
Yeah, let's see what other people have to say.
Let's see how Mama Angie's methods translate into real results.
Okay.
Okay, so let's dive into these testimonials and see what people are saying about their experiences with Mama Angie.
All right, sounds good.
I'm super curious about the ones about her primal consciousness program.
Oh, yeah.
Because that seems like her most, I don't know, structured and comprehensive offering.
Yeah, it's the big one.
It's the big one.
3 months, intensive, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's for people who are really ready to transform.
Okay.
So let's see what they have to say about it. Here's one from 𝗵𝗂𝗁.
Okay.
She says, "Words do not capture the full essence of Mama Angie's work. Angie is authentic and an embodiment of the path of medicine, which shows in the way she navigates the light and darkness with non-judgment."
Wow, that's a powerful statement.
It is.
It seems like she makes people feel comfortable exploring everything.
Right.
Like all parts of themselves.
Even the dark stuff.
Yeah, the shadow stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting that she uses that phrase, embodiment of the path of medicine.
I noticed that too.
It's like she really lives it.
Yeah, she doesn't just talk about it.
Right.
She walks the walk.
She does, and that seems to really connect with her clients, because 𝗵𝗂𝗁 goes on to say,
Okay.
"I have experienced profound mind-body-soul shifts working with her, shedding deep-seated blockages, stepping into my power, rooting into purpose, and gaining clarity of my true path."
That's amazing.
That's a lot. Like, she got a whole lot out of it.
She did, yeah.
Shedding blockages, finding her power, her purpose. It's like a complete transformation.
Totally, like every part of her life.
But how did that happen? What did Mama Angie do?
Yeah, what were the techniques?
We don't really know, because the testimonials tell us about the results, but not the process.
Right, it's like we see the before and after pictures, but we don't know the workout routine.
That's a good analogy.
Maybe she used energy work or meditations or journaling.
Maybe plant medicine.
Yeah, maybe, but we don't really know.
Okay, well, let's look at another one. This one's from Oriana L.
Okay.
She writes, "Angie, how did I ever get so blessed to have you guide me in this lifetime? So grateful to have, in my life, my journey has reached new heights and allowed me to face my lows with compassion, strength, and so much more." That's so sweet. It is. You can really feel the gratitude.
Yeah, and the connection.
It seems like Mama Angie's guidance really helped her grow.
But she also helped her deal with the tough times.
Right. She talks about facing her lows with compassion and strength.
Yeah.
It's not just about the good times.
Right. Life isn't always sunshine and rainbows.
No, it's not.
So it sounds like Mama Angie helps you develop the tools to handle anything.
Yeah, like the full spectrum of human experience.
Exactly.
Okay, let's read one more. This one's from Vincent C.
Okay.
And this one's really about Mama Angie's personality and style.
Oh, cool.
He writes, Angie, thank you for the love you express in your touch, in your exceptional teachings, and your pure intentions in creating harmony. Thank you for your dedication and authenticity. I am always so moved by the way you convey to your messages, funny at times, so intelligently and meaningful, creating an expansion of your wisdom.
That's so nice.
It is.
He really appreciates her.
He does, and he points out that she's warm and funny and accessible.
Right. It's not all serious all the time.
Yeah, she brings joy and lightness to it.
Makes it less intimidating.
Exactly.
Because sometimes these topics can be kind of heady.
They can be, but it sounds like she finds a way to make it enjoyable.
Yeah, she brings the fun.
So we've got all these testimonials about personal growth and connection and profound shifts, but let's not forget about the couples.
Right, the couple ceremony.
Remember A&A?
Yeah, the couple with the anger problems.
Yeah, they said, her approach is both easy and fun, and her sense of humor makes the process enjoyable. We've learned real tools to navigate our issues, and we are now more harmonious and kinder to each other.
That's so great.
It is. They sound so much happier.
They do, yeah.
It seems like Mama Angie really helped them shift their dynamic.
Yeah, they went from anger and resentment to harmony and kindness.
And again, they talk about how easy and fun it was.
Right. Transformation doesn't have to be painful.
It doesn't. She makes it a positive experience.
Yeah, she makes it safe and supportive.
So we've explored Mama Angie's background, her unique approach, and the impact she's having on people's lives.
We've covered a lot of ground.
What do you think? What are the key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, if you're looking for a blend of ancient and modern, a holistic approach, and you're ready to do the work.
Mama Angie might be for you.
Yeah, she might be.
But she's not for everyone.
Definitely not.
You have to be committed. You have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone. You have to really want to change.
Right, and you have to want to live consciously.
Yeah, and authentically.
And even though she's clearly helping a lot of people, it's still important to do your research and trust your gut.
Right. Always trust your gut.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a question.
Okay, I'm ready.
What does living consciously and living your truth mean to you? Do those ideas speak to you?
That's a good question, something to think about.
And if they do, what are you willing to do to make them a reality in your own life?
That's the even bigger question, right?
It is, and hopefully this exploration of Mama Angie's work has given you some food for thought.
Yeah, maybe it's even sparked a desire to go on your own journey.
I hope so.
Well, I think we did a good job today.
I think so too. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
Anytime, Ike.